Hello again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery with a 16 by 20 inch canvas that has a little bit of white paint added to its edges already and an oxo omelet. I do like these large bottles, I just don't like how the lids are attached. I'm using some Meeden, M-E-E-D-E-N paint, which is known to sell but has turned out to be such a wonderful coverage, usually with the black, that I made a big bottle of white, which I think is probably meant for Dutch pours because it seems to be a little bit thinner than some of the rest. But I'm not going to worry about it because it's only a background, and I think you could use any white background. And I did a version of this particular painting the other day because I had some leftover silver and I did it on a black canvas. And it turned out to be very popular, and I seem to have something of an issue with getting enough red into my work. This is my Oxo Omelet Turning Flip and Fold Spatula. Best paint spreading tool I know of. It's doing an excellent job of covering all of the canvas. And I'm glad I have my glasses on because there are places that look like they are uncovered. And then my tweezers are on the Amazon link. This is not them. There they are. The ones that are stainless steel mean that you can soak them overnight and the paint comes right off, even a lot less time than overnight. And the very sharp tips will remove a dog hair. I know, I've removed many. So I think I'm just going to have some fun, but I'm going to try and remember that I liked the silver in the last painting as well as the red, and I'm wondering which I should start with. And since the red isn't my favorite, maybe I should start with it. That looks like I could use some Floetrol in there, to tell you the truth. That's got some iridescent pearl fine from Golden in it. This is a Folk Art color shifting red. I'm going to use some orange that I made up with Golden iridescent pearl fine in it again. And I'm hoping that my lines create some sort of interest in the background. Here is a little bit of Anita's White Metallic that has a tiny, tiny amount of neon pink from Folk Art in it. I think you could use any red in there to get that effect. I'm going to use some of my Decor Americana 24 karat gold that has orange in it. And still try and come back in here with the silver, which is, I believe, an Arteza silver. Actually, I lied. I think this is actually a new silver that I got from Modern Masters. I'm a little concerned that there isn't enough dark in here, and I think I'm going to allow myself to use a little bit of this berry metallic from Decor Americana. And I still want some black. And the black is going to be the Amsterdam black. I like the berry in there. The Amsterdam black with pre-stained wood conditioner for Minwax in it. This is the tiny little bit of it that I've got left of my neon pink from Folk Art. Actually, I'm not sure it's from Folk Art. I think it is actually. Let me grab my gold, because I don't think I can have too much gold. I do have more paint on the canvas than I did the last time. I also don't seem to have access to the gold. I have another gold. I used a golden product called Iridescent Gold. Yeah, and I like it. It's a lighter shade. Than the usual Decor Americana that I use consistently. Now I have a choice between dipping my card or putting paint onto the card. I'm going to throw a little bit of my favorite Folk Art color shifting purple flash. because I love it so much. I just can't imagine loving this without it. I guess I'm going to put some of the black Amsterdam right in here, as long as it'll come out. And maybe that will resolve my issue, and I'll try and use a card to pull first and then decide afterwards. And this is my diagonal cut card. And if I pick a black spot to begin with, I forgot, I'm going to need a scrape dish. Although I did take advantage of not needing one there because I wiped off the card on the edge of the canvas. This is going to be interesting. If I remember to wipe off the card, I'd be happy about that. So I really want a little bit of this paint to dip my card into as a starting place. And you could use a whole lot more if you wanted to. Turn it around, wipe it off. Interesting color combination. Not one I would normally use. Yes, I gotta wipe it off. I definitely like dipping the card more than I like having it in the composition. I say that now, but you can't trust me as far as that goes. I love doing all of the things I do. I do want to scrape off the card and use more black. I'd like a lot more black, actually, so I'm just going to put more in my dish and check to see that my edges are as covered as I want them to be. I can also move a few lines, grab some more paint. It's really best if the swipe floats. I seem to be digging a little deep because I can feel the canvas. I want to use a different tool. These little silicone hair tools are on my Amazon link. And they're what gave me the idea to create the tools that I've made out of acetate recently. Except for the acetate tools are shaped like little garden hose. Not to be confused with any other sort of hose. I kind of like the smaller marks. I know I like dragging this. Except for it does tend to want to go down to canvas a lot of times. I'm going to grab a little more. It's definitely the colors that make this interesting. Use my residuals right on the edge. I wanted to pull that purple, but I didn't want to destroy it. So far so good. I'm liking it. If I dip this tool, I can also make marks with it, which is kind of a neat thing to do that I never remember enough of. I love those little lines. I really, really like them a lot. But like I said, it's pretty easy to drag down a canvas with this particular tool. So I have a few more places I could probably work with this. I'm quiet because I'm focused. I'm going to use my residuals right over the edge. I like these little tools because they're great for edge cover too. Not so much to pull marks over the edge though. I think I've got one more pull in me over here, and I might want to add. That is the Hot Orchid from Color Art. And I'm going to dip my card instead of there, I kind of like that. Got great little cells. Got some wild color combinations. I'm really liking this. Maybe even more than I thought I would. I like dropping the card with the paint residuals right onto the canvas also. And I'm getting close to being done, so I should tell you guys, there's almost 93,000, or there's probably 93,000, there might be more than 93,000 subscribers on my channel by now. And if you are one, thank you for being here. If you're new, please be welcomed. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. We'd love to have you join us. There's over 1,900 videos for your entertainment, and should you ever need a link to anything, I'm going to run that little, am I? I thought I was going to run that card right over the side, but I've got some paint in my dish. My scrape dish, and I can use it on my edges if I need to at certain places. Whether it's on a card or my finger at this point is up for grabs. Pull that forward. I really need to torch to release the bubbles caught in the paint. Need to check my timer. I have enough time. And I don't want to do a whole lot else other than maybe put a little more pink in a couple of places, because I really like how the pink highlights things. It didn't turn out as red as I thought it would, but that's okay with me. The silver and the gold sort of took over, but I like it. And I could do something with a similar theme and flowers. That one's being a problem child. There we go. Alright, I'm going to resist dots for the person who begged me not to dot things. Not because of them, but because it's not conducive to dots at this time. I think that's fun. I really like it. There's a lot of action going on in there. It's time to torch. Tell you guys thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for sharing my videos. When you watch them, the longer you watch them, the more likely you are to help me make my channel successful. I have maybe 10% of my competition's views, and I don't have 1% of my subscribers watching, but I would love to. So if you guys are interested in helping support the studio and the production of videos, in order to buy art supplies, you could shop my Amazon link at no added cost to you, and that will help me out. You could engage in PayPal or Patreon. You can find those icons on my YouTube channel banner. That was, yes, a dog hair. Go figure. I want a skewer to pull a couple of things. Make sure nothing's going to come off of it. The paint is not as thick as or as amicable to moving right now as I thought it was going to be. So maybe I'll just chill. My community board is on my YouTube channel, and you can see tomorrow's video there. My Facebook groups are on the link tree. The first blue link under the video is the link tree, and it has my Amazon link, my Facebook groups, my website, and my Le Gallerist is a brand new venue for high-end clothing. And if you're looking for my clothing to be on other things that are less high-end, you can certainly find them on Teespring Clothing below the video, and on My Fine Art America and Pixels.com. I just want to make sure that I paid attention when I was torching, and I'm not sure I was. So I'm going to make sure. Wow, I have a brand new tank of gas. I got some texture in my painting now. It'll be alright. So that was fun, and I'm going to have to work harder at getting some red in there at some point in time. So on my link tree also find Pinterest, which will show you tomorrow's videos a lot of times. Instagram is where I post every day. Twitter, I post videos there. Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Appreciation Group for Students on Facebook has tomorrow's video, and Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Fans and Collectors has albums of the wet and dry artworks. Not all of them, but some. So visit if you are interested in checking out the albums there. Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Totes and More is a shop now link to Pixels.com and Fine Art America. If you have questions, please ask. If you're looking for my 2 books, they're volumes 1 and 2, Because I Can and Unlimited Possibility, and they are on the Amazon link also. If I can help you with any information, please ask me questions. My paint pouring recipe is below the video. I think I've told you almost everything, including the fact that I have 1,900 videos and there are 19 lists of 100. I'm populating a 20th list, and everything is by topic and genre also. And if you need a link for something, just ask me. I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I post 7 days a week. Not sure if it's the late morning or the early afternoon, but on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights, I also post at 10 p.m., and you can count on that, at least for now. Look on the end screen video. Oops, I almost forgot. My monthly drawing helps support the studio's production of videos by donations through PayPal and Patreon. And if you do donate through PayPal, which is my choice, my preference, you'll be automatically entered in the monthly drawing, and you can see the prizes included in the exhibition video on the end screens of every video in the last 20 seconds. If you check that out, you'll find out what they look like. All right, I love you guys. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. This is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery. Boy, that gold took over, but it's really pretty anyway. Bye for now. Priscilla out. I love you guys. See you soon. See you anon.